So we are here for the minor league baseball scores for Friday, August 21st, 2026. We are nearing the last couple weeks of the trip of the high A single A season. We are nearing that last couple weeks until the regular season is going to have this week. And then they have the Sunday series. They have the series after that from Tuesday to Sunday. And then they start on the beginning of September, that first week of September, that Tuesday through this first Sunday in September. And they're first Sunday high for the playoffs in double A is 3-4 weeks after this week, and then triple A is 4 full. So yeah. And we have, but each league gets their own shine in playoffs, so that's another reason I believe too. That's kind of nice. And then we hear our search play. So yeah, Syracuse 4-3 Worcester, Buffalo 8-0 Lehigh Valley, Durham 5-4 win it. Durham is actually in the hunt for the international title. Second half of the season there. They have one last game played. Then Indianapolis and St. Paul, but they're in the thick of it. So Indianapolis was 3-2 in Louisville. So Indianapolis takes it by a half game over Durham. Just one more win. Iowa 8-3 to Skrillex were 5-3 over Charlotte. And then Columbus 5-1 over St. Paul. Columbus won on Tuesday 19-3. But then they got Wednesday's again. The WWE night got pushed to it was like 2.5, the bottom of the third inning, and then it got called off due to rain. And then they played in the 7th inning of the game. Finished the first game, and it's kind of like a suited doubleheader, not true doubleheader. It's like a suited doubleheader. Like they finish one game, and then they go one game, and then they play a second game. They so finish the dirty one, and then play a second game. They won both those games, but Columbus ended up winning 5-1. So St. Paul is a game back. This for the second at 2. And then we have Omaha 4-0 Rochester, Memphis 4-2 Jacksonville, Charlotte 4-0 Wesley, Las Vegas 6-4 Albuquerque, Salt Lake 11-1 Reno, Round 15 San Paso, 6-5 Tacoma Silver, and Nashville Norfolk backgrounds. So it's a Saturday divider in Norfolk, Virginia, in 4:35 Eastern. Is game 1. Game 2 is 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game, so it's going to be 7:05, 7:35 Eastern. Okay. There. And we have Green 5-2 Portland, New Hampshire 4-2 Erie, Birmingham 5-10 Virginia, Binghamton 8-5 Altoona, and Richmond beats Chesapeake 4-3 Pensacola. We need 6-3 win over Knoxville. I'm going to 8-2 over Columbus. Harrisburg 8-7 Akron. Bracket C 10-8 over Biloxi. Amarillo 5-0 over Tulsa. Midland 4-2 over Corpus Christi. Springfield 5-0 over Clemson. Arizona State 4-1 over Cincy. Wichita 4-1 over Frisco. Hartford wins game. One of the doubleheader from Thursday. Hartford were 4 in the second, 3 in the third. Somerset 1 in the fourth. And Hartford 1 in the fifth. That's an 8-1 victory for Hartford in the second doubleheader. Hartford only had 1 hit. Somerset did have 3 errors in defense, but they still had a 6-0 shutout victory. Somerset 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth. And that is it for double A. And then in high A, we have a game that's suspended here in the bottom of the third. It is Winston-Salem trailing Greenville in the Greenville had a 2-0 lead through 2.5 innings. We go with a run in the window. That's 2 in the second inning. And they finish. We're not able to get the bare minimum. The bare minimum need is 4.5 if the home team is winning. And then we're actually halfway through the game, or 5-4 if the away team is winning. Yeah. And that is no. There's one on first. One. We're 16-12 ratio. Rome 6-5 Herpsy. Furious 7-4 Lindsay. White 5-4 Rapids. Quad C's 10-0 Dean. South Bend 7-5 Worst Mission. 10 innings. Great Lakes 13-4. Greensboro 7. Or Greensboro 6-2 Bone Green. Lincoln 8-4 Wisconsin. Vancouver 12-10 Eugene 10s. Spokane 6-1 Hillsboro. Tracy 5-4 Everett. And then Wilmington in their doubleheader. They show Frederick 1-0. Frederick had 2 errors, had 3 hits, 2 errors in defense, and 10 run and 2 hits. And their only run, Wilmington's only run came in the bottom of the 7th. In game 2 of the doubleheader, make up the Thursday's game. Wilmington 2 runs and 4 hits. Frederick got 1 and 2 hits, no errors for either team. Wilmington had both the runs in the 4th. Frederick's only run came in the 6th. And then Hudson Valley played doubleheader Jersey Shore from Thursday. Hudson Valley has 5 runs and 6 hits. Jersey Shore with around 5 hits in there. And defense, Hudson Valley with 2 runs in the 3 in the 5th. And then 1 in the 7th for Jersey Shore. And then the second game of the door, Hudson Valley had 2 runs and 5 hits. Error on defense, and Jersey Shore 2 hits. And 2 errors. Hudson Valley had 2 in the 3rd. That is it. And then make up and the continuation of the Winston Greenville game. It's going to be at 4:30 Eastern. That was probably meant to be a little bit earlier. Or a little bit later. Yes, it's probably meant to be either. Yeah, at 6:45 Eastern was the original start time. Winston Greenville. They're finished. But that's going to get pushed back a little bit because they're going to have that game be 7 innings and then this game be 9 innings. But still, I think it's going to be about 2 hours. So the second game will probably be 7. I would say probably 7:30. Around that time. That could be a little longer than 7 in 2 hours. So we'll see. And we have Singley. We have Lakeland 6-0 St. Lucie. Palm Beach 7-6 for Myers. Then 10-2 Tour. Tampa 9-3 Daytona. Jupiter 14 for Jupiter. Listen to San Francisco. Fredericksburg 6-0 Canapos. Hickory 3-0 Delmarva. And then we have Charleston 3-2 Chelsea. Columbia 4-4 Augusta. And Fayetteville 12-3 Myrtle Beach. And Chacuca 9-2 Rizla. And St. Louis 6-1 Rizla Pair. St. Louis 8-21 Lake Ulster. And Stockton 9-4 Fresno. And then in rookie ball we have the pool play for the pool's different brackets. So we have the Phillies. This is a make-it-summary pool play. So 7 teams. There's 16 teams in 4 bracket groups. Winners of each pool group move on to bracket style play. And they could have done a 16-team tournament, but it's in like head-to-head. If they had played head-to-head, you know. And then we had Phillies 9-6 or Angels. The Blue Jays red 7-2 Cubs blue. Brewers gold 14-year Ventura. Corral 6-2 Red Yankees. Reds 6-3 over Tigers 2. Mariners 8-7 Giants flat. And then Esther's orange 9-3 over Pirates 1. And Royals for 2-4 1 over Tampa Bay. So in one pool we have Colorado. Oh yeah, let's see the pool play standings. Let's see the pool play. Let's actually see the pool play. Standings. Let's see the pool play. Yeah, Brewers gold, Cubs blue. And then now the North Central. East, the Phillies. And the Yankees, Tigers too. And then Toronto made out of the South East. The Northwest, Padres will made out of the South Northwest. And Tampa Bay also did. Central Reds made out of the West. The South, the Blue Jays, Red Giants, Black Angels. And the Southwest, it's the Mariners. And the Reds Fortuna. And the Southern and North. The World Division winner, and then you have the wild card. You have the division winner, and then the wild card spots. Make the 16. It does not say. There's really no like. But we will see. I mean, is there any big fights for the pools? Like in one pool, they end up canceling in 3 pools. In 3 of the 4 pools, they end up canceling. They end up canceling games. In 3 of the 4 pools, they end up canceling. Cubs blue, Tampa Bay, Angels, Astros orange, and Tigers 2 games, and I'm surprised they can't still cancel them instead of playing them, just for like development sake purposes, not necessarily to win, for the wins and losses. I'm kind of actually surprised by that. I mean, I do remember, now that I see that, I do remember that beat. I think they did that last year, but I'm still kind of surprised that they don't play even a 7-inning game. Even like these cancel games, they turn it a 7-inning game just for like development's sake. Like 7 innings even. I'm surprised they don't, instead of a 9-inning, turn it a 7-inning. But yeah, Red Squirrel is only in one pool. And there's only one pool that really matters. Yeah, and there's only a couple pools that really matter, like Phillies Pie. There's Rose Fortuna. The only that really matters would be like Giants back on those pools. Like it would be, or maybe they decide to play in that pool. Maybe they didn't cancel. Maybe they want to play that game for development's sake, or maybe, or maybe if like, maybe it mattered for one of these pools. Who knows? I don't